Most people think God and the monad are just two words for the same thing, but they're not. One is a symbol filtered through culture and psychology. The other is prior to symbols, belief, identity, and thought itself. And confusing the two is one of the main reasons spirituality collapses into dogma, fear, and hierarchy. Across history, humanity has tried to point toward the source of reality. Different languages, different myths, different names. But two ideas keep surfacing again and again: God and the monad. They sound similar on the surface, but they function very differently in the mind, the body, and lived experience. In this video, we're not arguing definitions. We're clarifying levels of perception. Because the difference between the monad and God is the difference between direct realization and symbolic belief. Let's begin. For most people, God exists inside the mind, not as an experience, but as a concept. God becomes a personality, a moral authority, a judge, a protector, a punisher, a cosmic parent. This version of God is shaped by culture, childhood conditioning, authority structures, fear, and hope. Even when God is described as infinite or loving, the image is still anthropomorphic, human-like, relational, and narrative-based. That's not wrong, but it's symbolic, not absolute. This God exists within thought, which means it can be believed in, argued about, defended, or rejected. Anything that can be believed can also be doubted. The monad is not a being. It's not a personality. It's not a ruler. And it's not an authority. The monad is that which exists before subject and object appear. Before thought, identity, time, space, or the observer and observed. The monad is not aware of itself as something separate. It does not decide. It does not judge. It does not intervene. It simply is. Not one as a number, but one as undivided reality. Calling the monad God already distorts it, because the word God implies a something. The monad is not something. It is being itself prior to form. People experience God, but people don't experience the monad. Experience requires a subject, an object, a boundary. The monad dissolves all three. That's why encounters with God often involve visions, voices, feelings, emotional highs, or guidance narratives. Whereas realization of the monad involves silence, collapse of self-reference, absence of interpretation, and the end of seeking. God appears to you. The monad reveals that there is no you apart from reality itself. One reinforces identity, the other dissolves it. Civilizations don't organize around the monad. They organize around symbols. A personalized God creates social cohesion, establishes moral frameworks, justifies authority, and maintains order. The monad cannot be weaponized. It cannot be owned. It cannot be institutionalized. So traditions wrap the ineffable source in stories, names, laws, and rewards and punishments. And over time, the symbol replaced the source. People began worshiping the finger pointing to the moon, not the moon itself. This isn't evil. It's functional. But it's not realization. When God is your highest reference, you seek approval, salvation, protection, and meaning granted from above. When the monad is recognized, seeking ends. Not because you achieved something, but because the one who was seeking dissolves. Life doesn't become passive. It becomes unforced. Ethics arise naturally. Compassion becomes automatic. Presence replaces belief. You don't obey reality. You are reality, appearing as life. God is a symbol humanity used to speak to itself about the mystery. The monad is the mystery before language ever touched it. God can be believed in. The monad can only be recognized. And once it's recognized, there is no argument, because there's no one left who needs to convince anyone of anything. If this resonated, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with someone ready to look beyond belief and into direct knowing. Comment below. What feels different in you when the idea of God drops away and only presence remains? I read every comment. If you would like to support my work directly, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/magnumopus333. Or you can explore some original merchandise at my Teespring store online. The link is in the description below. Remember, your consciousness is the key that unlocks reality. Let's keep unlocking it together. Thank you for watching. Until next time.